Hello everyone, it's been a minute since I've made a list, but fret not. Here's one today. Don't date these types of men. Now I get it. Before you even say it, I know a lot of you are going to come up with the original joke that we shouldn't date men at all. But for the sake of content, for the sake of educating people, for the sake of the fact that there are some people who do want to date, why don't we equip them with the knowledge to be able to do it in a way that is safe and as wise as possible? Let's dive in. Number one, someone with no job, no transportation, and no place of their own. Now, I do want to offer this disclaimer. If you are under the age of 26, because your brain doesn't really develop until about that age, realistically and in all fairness, because of the crazy capitalist society that we live in, I do not expect you to have your life fully together by 26. If you are someone who has their life fully together by 26, hats off to you. My life didn't start coming together until last year, so good on you. It's just realistically, a lot of younger people in their 20s are still figuring it out. Some are still in college. They're between careers as they sort things out. And they might not necessarily have all this shit. They might still be living at home with their parents. And as someone who has an 18-year-old son, I think that is okay. There's a difference in you're a young person starting out in the world and you're a grown-ass person at your big age still living at your mama's house. Totally different. So in that case, it's most important to look at, do they have any life goals? What are they working towards? Do they have any money saved? Or are they just partying every day and just wandering listlessly through life, getting in all kinds of trouble? You see what I'm saying? But anyway, for everybody whose brains are fully developed, you need to have a job, a full-time job. You need to have transportation and you need to have your own place. Bare minimum things to function as an adult. And I totally understand that we live in hard times and there are people who can't afford these things. They're going through a crisis. And without being insensitive, I just want to say if you're going through a crisis, you shouldn't be dating. I need to know that you are with me because you like my companionship. Not because you need rides to work, not because you need money, and not because you need a roof over your head. I need to know this. And yes, I totally get it. A guy can have all these things and still want to take advantage of you, but your risk of this guy being a leech goes up if you go into it knowing he ain't got shit. That's just not smart. That's just not smart at all. Number two, multiple kids by multiple different women. As a single mom whose kids are teenagers, I just have no interest in dating guys who have children. I know that women can be deadbeats, but women, more times than not, are going to do what they have to do and take care of their kids. And we have seen repeatedly men not do that. So I'm not interested in being anyone's mom. I don't want to raise any more kids. I'm done. But if you really don't mind if a man has kids, there's a difference in a man after a certain age. He was with someone long term and he has one or two kids by them. That's one thing. But it is a serious red flag if he has just pollinated the earth with his various children by different women. You will be the next mother of his child that he won't take care of. There's just a whole lack of discipline and I don't care how good of a father you think you can be. Having so many different children just spread all across the land, there's no way that you can give them the attention and the love and the focus that they need. And he's already shown you that he cannot commit to anyone. He's just got these little broken families spread everywhere. So what makes you think you're going to be any different? And a lot of times these men use women as free childcare. They want you to raise their kids for them so that they don't have to. Number three, anybody with a substance abuse problem. If you're spending money on illegal substances, if you are constantly drunk, I don't care if it is a substance that's legal in most states, if you are going broke to buy that substance, that's also a problem. You cannot save anyone. Please do not think that you're going to rescue this person and help them become a better person with your love. They're going to spend their money and your money taking care of this addiction. They're going to be inebriated, passed out, useless, possibly abusive to you, possibly gone all the time, depending on what it is they're addicted to, possibly putting you in dangerous situations. You can't save them. You can't change them. Stay away from them. If you get with someone like this, you are making a big mistake that will blow up in your face. You will regret it. No other way to say it. Number 4, someone who has legal troubles. This person, unless they have rich parents, they're always going to be broke because they have to pay for lawyers and bond money and money to get things filed and sorted out and to be here and to be there and court dates and paperwork. Then it's going to become you being their little personal assistant, keeping track of all the files and appointments and reading through things. And then it's going to become you using your money to help them get out of their legal issues. I once heard a lawyer on TikTok say this, and she said, if you are dating someone who is in and out of jail and constantly in legal troubles, you are not living your best life. You're just not. You have really low bottom of the barrel self-esteem. Your self-esteem probably doesn't exist. These type of men only get with women so that when they get out of jail, they have a place to stay. When they use up all their money paying for lawyers and for all their legal issues and fines and fees, they can take all your money to pay all those issues and fines and fees. And if they've broken the law to hurt other people, or if they don't even give a fuck about themselves to do right, what makes you think they're going to do right by you? I'm just saying. Number 5, somebody who is still married. I don't care what he tells you. We're almost divorced. We're separated. The marriage was over a long time ago. If they are still married, they are off limits. If you can't even do right legally and wait until you are legally divorced, ain't no telling what you're gonna do with me in our relationship. I don't trust you. And most of these men be lying anyway when they tell you, well, the relationship's been over. Oh, we're separate. No. If you're still married, we are not going to be together. Which leads me to number 6, somebody who is still living with their ex. Listen, I totally get it. They broke up and they just can't afford to live on their own. Or they're divorced and they just want to stay in the same household for the kids. You know what? Everybody's situation is different. I love that for you, but I just don't trust it. I don't want to have anything to do with it. When you can get your own place, then you might be a good candidate for somebody to date you. But if you're still wrapped up so deeply in the life of your ex to where you're living with them, I don't want to be involved in that. It just seems a bit odd and inappropriate to me. I don't know. Number 6, they have self-induced health problems. I'm not talking about a disability that they were born with or they were diagnosed with some terminal illness or something serious that they just couldn't help. Life happened. I'm talking about you fucked over your own life. You drank too much. You screwed up your kidneys. You brought this on yourself. And now you're out here looking for a woman to become your nurse and your personal assistant and your chef and take care of you because you fucked yourself over. Some of these men have run out of money taking care of these health issues, so they want your money. They've burned bridges and run away their own kids, their former partners. Now they have no one left to take care of them, so they're gonna have you do it. Nope, don't want it. Get somebody else to do it. Number 8, 50-50 red pill types. If he believes in let's go 50-50 on bills, if he believes in he wants his women to submit and all this stuff, stay away from him. Your life is gonna be hell. He's going to drag you through the mud. You might think you want that lifestyle, but once you live it, you're going to realize you made a huge mistake. These men are going to exploit you for your free labor, for your sex, for your money, for your time, and then leave you high and dry and go on to the next person. Number 9, somebody who's religious. Notice I put an asterisk by it. You want to know what their beliefs are because they might be religious and try to manipulate you into serving them into a situation where they can cheat on you and they want you to be okay with it. They can trap you with kids. Number 10, someone who is broke. I've said this before and I'll say it again. If you ain't got no money, you don't need to be dating right now. You got other things you need to be worrying about, like getting your life together. I ain't judging. I've been there before, but dating should be the last thing on your mind. What do you think? What would you add to the list?